YOLO. Have you ever wondered, who am I? Not just a name that you were given at birth or a job that you do, but at your very core, who are you? Not what drives you, but that definitely influences it, or your own personal beliefs. But it's an amalgamation of everything. I turned 29 recently, and for the last few years, I've had an idea of who I was or who I wanted to become. But recently, I had a very deep and meaningful dream, which I will share with you guys now, that has truly solidified who I see myself as, or who I am becoming. Now, the dream that I had the other day, I was inside of a jeweler's shop, and there were all these beautiful stones, the emeralds, the topaz, rubies, sapphires, you name it, they had it, diamonds, all various sizes, perfect shine, max levels of saturation, super worldly beautiful. And the man behind the counter had looked at me in my dream and said, "Pick which stone represents you and why. What are the characteristics of the stone that apply to you?" And in my dream, I looked over all these stones and I said, none of these beautiful stones represent me. And the shop owner kind of raised an eyebrow and said, "Then what would?" And I took a minute to think, and I looked the guy in the eyes and I said, "I'm a boulder. I am granite or bedrock. I'm an ugly stone that nobody wants, but without me, everything would fall apart and crumble. I'm the foundation on which everything would be built." And then in my dream, I remember looking at all these precious stones, the valuable rubies, emeralds, and I thought to myself, they're not like me, they're weak. And I picked them up and I started putting them in my mouth and eating them like candy, and they crushed beneath my teeth. And then the guy looked at me and said, "Then you know who you are." Most of the time, I don't remember my dreams, but this one was so vivid, and it happened just recently after I had turned 29, because on my birthday, every year since I've been about, I think, 24 or 25, I reevaluate my life. I look at the friends I hang out with, the hobbies I have, job, my own mindset and health, and I use my birthday as sort of like a gauge on where I'm at in life. If I'm progressing in any areas, if I'm lacking and need to progress. So this happened at that time where I was in the mindset of reevaluating myself and seeing what needed to be changed and fixed. And this dream really did help solidify my version of self that I've been thinking about for a while. I'm a very hyper-competitive, type A, goal-driven person. Last year, my goal was to read 100 books, and I had split it up into 25 books a quarter, or roughly 2 books a week. I have that level of dedication towards whatever I set my mind to. My mindset in life is to win or die trying. There's nothing in between. It may not be the healthiest mindset, but that's the mindset that I have. A mindset of conquest and domination towards whatever I do. And it's not just what I do, but it's actually who I am. And take this YouTube channel, for example. When I had started it, I had set myself a goal of 100 videos by the end of the year. And I'm already at 90-something at the time of this recording. And I'm recording this on Halloween night after doing a 15-hour shift. I'm exhausted, but I keep pushing forward. I keep taking ground, gaining momentum. I have cleaned up my diet. I've even gotten into fasting. It's like every area of my life, I'm making progress. But I'm still constantly tired and constantly stressed out. But I would always prefer to be stressed out and tired and gaining momentum moving forward than to be relaxed and well-rested but stagnant or even regressing in any area of life. And I'm probably going to do a video sometime soon on the subject of burnout and stress, because it's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. I equate burnout or stress to the mind like exercises to the body. But that's a story for another day. There's a quote that I really like, which is, "To take the islands, you have to burn the boats." You can't have any escape plan. There can't be any other option besides success and death, which is a little extreme, but I'm an extreme person. And I don't do plan Bs. It's plan A only. And when I was reevaluating my life and in this deep, not quite meditative state, but highly self-reflective, I had this dream. And this dream really solidified my version of self, which is I am an unyielding, conquering person. Whatever I set my mind to, whatever precious stones are before me will be destroyed in my own path of whatever my goals are. There is a clip from a movie or TV show that's making its way around Instagram, and I seen it, and I felt a connection to it, and I'm going to go ahead and share the clip here now, but I absolutely have to watch the movie that this is from because I connect on such a deep level with this clip.
Maybe it was your time to lose. You didn't think so. Lose! I don't lose! I win! I win! That's my job! That's what I do!
I didn't really take my life seriously until around 24 or 25. That's when I started making some changes and cleaning up my act, really focusing and locking in. And I'm very certain and solidified now in who I am. So my question to you is, who are you? What are the things that you will stand and fight for or die for? What are your morals, your values, your principles? What is it that at your very core, no matter what happens in your life, will be a constant thing that you will strive for? It's not an easy overnight kind of answer. It's taken me 4 to 5 years of actually locking in and getting serious about this to figure out who I am now. The sooner you start, the better off you'll be. Focus on finding a purpose and tying yourself to your purpose, because men who lack purpose distract themselves with pleasure. And if you live your life for purpose, you'll find meaning, happiness, and joy. I personally believe that God showed me that dream to give me confirmation about who I am and what I'm meant to do and be. Just like how I'm named after Alexander the Great, the conqueror who wept for he had no more worlds to conquer. Alex is short for Alexander, by the way. I now step fully into my new identity, which is the identity I've had for a while, but I just needed a gentle nudge in the right direction to fully accept it, so that I can chase my dreams and goals. My new mindset is, blessed are those who stand in my way, for they will see the glory of God. I know it may not be easy, but it's definitely worth the journey of figuring out who you are and what you stand for, and what your purpose is. And I hope that each and every one of you figures it out sooner rather than later, so you can start moving in the positive direction and gaining momentum to become the men and women that you're truly meant to be. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side.